Alright, so there's a lot of people in this world that do not know about the myth behind Ursa Major and Ursa Minor, like two of the biggest, Ursa Major is like the biggest constellation, but Ursa Minor is not so big, it's a little dimmer. Anyways, for example, Mrs. Florian, do you know anything about Ursa Minor and Ursa Major?
The Little Dipper and the Big Dipper, right?
Yes.
Yes. I know the history behind the Big Dipper with the Follow the Drinking Gourd and the Underground Railroad and slaves, but I know that stuff. About the actual stars? No.
Tell you what, she's a smart lady, isn't she? Well. See, do you know any star names?
Like the North Star names? Or like the constellation names?
Just any star name, like in the two constellations.
Nope.
Well, like, you did get the North Star. It's like at the tip of Ursa Minor, the Little Bear, Little Dipper. So, yeah. Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
All right, so clearly our last example of person we interviewed knew a little something about the constellations. Here's a more realistic person who doesn't know much about the constellations. Mr. Goldsmith, what do you know about the constellations Ursa Major and Ursa Minor?
I know they're bears.
That is correct. All right, so clearly we've interviewed two people. You know, one had an idea about the constellations, one had no idea. So this third one right here makes or breaks it, all right? Senora Huff,
Yes.
do you know anything about the constellations of Ursa Major and Ursa Minor?
No.
You know, the Big Dipper, Little Dipper?
Yes.
What do you know about it?
One's bigger than the other.
That is very correct. Can you name one star in the constellation? Either constellation.
Is the North Star in there?
That is correct. Wow, it's like the N star in the Little Dipper. So that's good. Nice talking to you.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. Everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's a face of somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look.
The beautiful, fair maiden Callisto was looking for a place to rest after a long day of hunting. As she was walking, Zeus noticed her beauty, and his wife Hera became furious.
Hey, yo, Zeus, what you doing? Hey, Callisto. What? Now you a bear.
After Hera turned Callisto into a bear, she ran off into the forest. Callisto and Zeus's son, Arcas, grew up to become a hunter, and he was hunting through the forest.
Argas was wandering through the forest when he suddenly came across a bear, not yet realizing that that was his mother, and he shot at the bear. Zeus jumped in and stopped the bullet. Then he quickly explained to Arcas that the bear was his mother. She had been changed by Hera a long time ago.
second. And Zeus threw Callisto and Orcus up into the sky, and that's how we get Ursa Major and Ursa Minor.
Alright, so Ursa Minor is a circumpolar constellation that never dips below the horizon. You can find it year-round, although it is very, very dim and faint. The North Star Polaris, it's at the point of the Little Dipper, and it never moves in our sky. As I've stated, it's dim, so if you want to really find it easily, you want to be in a really dark area. Other important stars though are Purkad and Kochab. They're both often overlooked by Polaris and North Star. Purkad is a giant star, making it larger and brighter than our sun, and it is also much hotter. Kochab is a giant star, which makes it brighter and larger than our sun, but it is not as hot. But it is about 40 times larger in diameter. Now, there's not much going on in Ursa Minor. There's one planet around it. There's one star. One star has one planet around it. Only one meteor shower associated with it. That meteor shower is called Ursids. And Ursa Minor also spans about 40 degrees of zodiac signs of Gemini, Cancer, and Leo. There's also below Polaris, there's a cluster of stars called the Engagement Ring.
Ursa Major is the largest constellation in the northern sky, and it's the third largest constellation in the whole sky itself. Ursa Major contains the 7 stars that make up the Big Dipper. Those stars are as follows: Alkaid, Mizar, Alioth, Megrez, Phecta, Merrick, and Dubi. And Ursa Major is one of the more recognizable objects in the night sky, and it's visible year-round, no matter the time of year or the time of night. But the Big Dipper can be found in different parts of the sky at different times in the year. In spring and summer, the Big and Little Dippers are higher overhead, and in autumn and winter, they're closer to the horizon. You can spot it in the sky by looking directly under Draco the Dragon or to the left and down of the Giraffe. There are many notable stars and deep sky objects located near Ursa Major. Among these are the Owl Nebula, the Cigar Galaxy, Bode's Galaxy, and the Pinwheel Galaxy. Also, Merrick and Dubi are pointer stars to our North Star Polaris. There are 7 Messier objects in the constellation and 13 stars with confirmed planets in the constellation as well. There are 2 meteor showers that originated in Ursa Major. Those 2 are the Alpha Ursa Majorids and Leonidas Ursids.